please don't outwork your competition, please outsleep them, right? And you might be going, well, what do you mean? Like, for example, I work with top level entrepreneurs and creators all around the world, and I get to see the behind the scenes. I get to see what leads to their success and what doesn't. I'm also a certified performance neuroscience coach, and understanding the neuroscience behind our recovery and how important sleep is, it's something we just don't often overlook. We're often like, oh, we've got to do this extra work. We've got to do this last task. I've just got to keep going. I still got this one extra thing on my to-do list. Like, by working harder, I'm going to be outworking the competition, and like, no one can work as hard as me. And it's like, I'm sorry to break the bubble. I used to be there as well. I used to work 100+ hours a week thinking that was cool. And I wore it as like a badge of honor. And part of me was like, it made me feel like I was better than other people, right? Like, if I'm being completely honest, that's how I felt. The thing is, I was neglecting like recovery. And I think so many entrepreneurs do, and this is almost like the hardest part to actually really dive into and change, because we're so ingrained in the videos and stuff that we see here are like, okay, grind, work 12, 15 hours a day, right? And yes, you can do that if your recovery is on point. And here's the thing, right? When I say outsleep a competition, we want to actually it's not in terms of length, right? Yes, you want to get your 8 hours of sleep, but it's almost like the quality of sleep as well. The deep, the REM sleep, all of that. And if you want to learn a bit more of how you can get better sleep, just send me a message, sleep, and I'll send through some resources that will help. But otherwise, most of it actually comes down to the mental side of things. Like, the mental shift that really helped me come to the point of going, actually, wait a minute, let's prioritize sleep, because I understand that like this is the thing that's actually capping my productivity. It's not like, oh, how focused can I be? All of that, because that's all limited by the recovery, by the neurochemistry, how it's been refreshed throughout the night, so you can tap back into these deep states of focus and flow. So the point that I'm trying to get here, and the reshift that really happened for me, was looking at my recovery is more important than the work. And in the beginning, I almost had to use this reframe of going like, well, okay, like this recovery is going to allow me to work harder. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, the work's the real priority. But like, if you don't recover, you can't do the work, right? Think of it like the Formula One cars. Like, they've got to have the pit stop. They've got to do that. And often their whole race, their whole thing is determined by that pit stop. Right? Like, if they don't, the tires slow down and they can't literally go as fast. And so that's the point that I'm trying to make here, is going like, can you change your break and the way that you see your break to become the most productive thing you do in your day, so that you can perform better? This is one of the core fundamentals that I go through with all the top level entrepreneurs and creators that I work with, is making sure we get that dialed in, and then we can dial in how can we get a month's worth of work done like in a day or a weekend. But like, that's just physically not going to be possible if you don't get the sleep first.